Do cock-a-doodle-doodle. He's in that new dick doodle.
And it went live right when you said that.
Oh,
so.
I know. That was nice.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Here's another dick doodle for you.
Yeah.
Yes, Chef.
Go on Twitter.
Yeah, Chef.
Heard.
Heard. I'm gonna play the intro and we'll pretend.
Sweet.
Really child, man.
That's genuinely what it was like inside of his head this season.
Truly. That's funny.
Leah, take the wheel.
Oh, okay. Here's the
Oh,
thing.
a little frazzled.
I am. I actually don't know how to do this. Let's see.
The reflection in your glasses is giving
Yeah, I'm gonna take off in
star spangled.
off in a minute. If you could just. All right. Let me do it.
Go full screen and then I'll add it to the thing.
Okay. How do you?
Oh no, I'm not adding this.
Please.
Oh God. Oh no. What is
it? Do it now. Thanks.
Oh yes.
What was that sound?
Oh, good Domino's days.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh,
I'm unironically wearing my Willem Dafoe shirt right now. I am. My son goes, I know that's your dad on your shirt. I mean, I know that's your grandpa on your shirt because your mom's white.
What?
And I said, Willem Dafoe is not my grandpa.
Oh, where did that come from?
I wish.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Bucko. Anyways,
So,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And happy birthday to Joe, too.
Yeah, I was
Put
gonna
him
throw
on the
that out there.
spot.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
He's
Joe.
a day before me.
Yep.
No, 3 days
2 days.
before.
Three?
Three?
Okay, I thought it was 2.
Yeah,
I thought
3
it was
days
2.
before.
It's not the
26th.
28th? Oh, the
26th.
26th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Close enough.
Well, then never mind.
Right.
It's
A
been-
whole week ago. A whole
Now
week
it
ago.
doesn't
Get out. Right.
Yeah, I could be a birthday diva and make it last the whole month.
Yeah.
My birthday is a month.
Me.
That's Leah.
What's wrong with birth month? I don't see any problem with that.
I celebrate my whole month.
It starts 2 weeks before and it continues 2 weeks after.
Mhm.
I think it's like because you're stressful when you're at end of the month, baby. And I think Leah, you're end of the month. I'm end of the month. You're Joe's
Start
end
of the month.
Oh, then I guess you could have a birthday month and nobody
No, I
would
think
say
I was
anything.
I think I was just late for an end of the month thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, I share my birthday with one of my wife's friends, and she's all about herself. So,
Oh.
Mhm.
yeah, when it's her birthday, it's like me. So I don't
Wow.
really care because I'm not one to celebrate that much my
No.
birthday, so
Yeah.
it doesn't bother me. I let her.
Same.
I'm very low key about I just like food,
Yeah.
some drink, and don't
Yeah.
talk to me.
Same.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pat's like, what
All
do you want to do for your
interaction.
birthday? Order in and rent a
Yes.
movie.
Exactly.
Boring. You don't
Is
want to
there
do
a better?
something special? I was like,
That is
That's-
special.
I eating a meal I enjoy with you and then curl up on the couch with you and watching
Yeah,
a movie
What more could you
is
want?
that's
Aw, that's
No?
just
Oh,
That's
that's too
sweet.
much, Joe. Even for me, because for me, I'm like, to my husband, I'm like, don't look at me. The Mole just started. I have 5 episodes of The Mole.
that's you.
Pour me a drink and don't talk to me. Take the kids and go.
See, I don't have kids though, so that's the difference.
Yeah.
See, when you have kids, that's like a birthday present. Take the fucking kids and go. Let me have a day, quiet, relax, do whatever the hell I want without being interrupted with,
Yeah.
I want this. Can I have
Yeah.
a cheeseburger for breakfast? Or
Right.
like,
And-
no,
and
you
that-
have a cheeseburger for breakfast.
Well, that's their usual breakfast and a do. And a do. 4 ounces
Don't
of
forget the
sugar.
Mountain Dew.
Pure
Oh.
sugar.
So I have
Um,
peace and quiet all the time. So I don't need that,
Don't need
That's
that stipulation. It is sweet.
I like
Whenever-
to chill for my birthday too.
You like to be killed?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly.
Leah.
Well,
Leah,
that's
we
that's
need
like
a
your
pre-
ultimate birthday present because it can only happen once.
Yes!
And you know what? I love you enough to help make it happen. Surprise party.
It takes a lot of planning because
Savvy.
it's a one-time deal, so you got to make sure you get it right.
Mhm.
Could
Could you imagine
it didn't work? How awkward would that be?
And you're
fumbling
fucking-
that bag?
Yeah, then you're
Oh
like
my gosh.
disfigured in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. It's
Yeah.
worst
Like Leah,
birthday
look,
present ever.
I tried. I really from jail. They're like, you can't write her. They said you can't write her.
You get it right.
I tried, friend.
Oh, now
Well,
it got pretty dark fast.
It
Yeah.
did.
Why did it do that, guys?
Well,
well,
talking about,
in
talking
the
about-
nature of the bear.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Nature's a beastie bear.
Maybe.
So Leah, you wanna the Bear season 3?
Let's talk the Bear season 1 through 2 because I'm new to this kitchen. I've made it to
Oh.
episode 7 of season 3.
So what you're saying is you haven't watched Joe's show or our show about the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, I haven't because I didn't want it to get spoiled.
Okay.
But I support you all very much so.
Hold on, can we do a little break before we get into the Bear?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Can we just say how aroused we are about long legs and how bad I want to see this movie and how I want Nicolas Cage to breathe
It's
heavy
Joe's
to
face.
me.
It's Joe's face.
I was going to say, Joe's face says it all. All
Do
that.
you guys know how many times I've called the hotline, the number?
No.
Yes.
What hotline?
How
Oh,
many?
is that what it was when you
Yeah,
called?
well, I told Lee, I said, hold on, I gotta call my brother, and I clicked Daddy
So what
Long
was the movie
Legs. in.
about, actually?
It doesn't matter.
What
It's the
happened? Did you
vibe.
call it?
He breathes heavy, and he's like, "I'll be
Oh.
waiting for you,"
For real?
Ew.
and I'm like,
Here
"Okay,
she
well, I'm
is.
here. I got
Right.
your pig."
I don't know. All I know, Pat told me about it. I don't watch trailers anymore, so I just know like through Pat, and she said,
Oh, I don't know what it's about.
Wants to see
So
it.
Nicolas
so-
Cage.
Yeah,
is in it?
the trailers are very. They don't even show him in the trailer.
Yeah, they
he's
don't
just
show
kinda
him.
Credit.
He's doing like
credited
some
in it.
weird hand, like creepy pasta shit, and it creeps me out.
Hmm.
And I need it as a poster above my bed, not above my bed, but like to the side of my bed.
So you can
I think that'd be
side-eye it.
cool. I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
it just because he's in it, and it's
Yeah,
a horror
same.
film.
I got my tickets
scared.
already.
Well, didn't
Do
he
you really?
produce it?
Yeah,
We could all go together.
I know. That'd be so cool.
It would.
Well, I'll be there. You just won't see me.
Hey, how did
I'll play into the theme. Yeah.
It's not at all creepy.
Mm.
Elle, his version in that video game? How did that end up working? Like, was he like
He's
how did his
himself.
character play?
Yeah, he's himself.
He played himself.
It's just like a tongue in cheek for the Dead by Daylight, the debid.
Okay.
And please know, the first week he was out, every single person you played with was
Was
Nicolas
him.
Cage that week.
That's funny.
So did he have like a button you could push to have him spaz out and do like one of his creations?
No, but interestingly, they've recently added voice acting to some of the characters. And like they have Ash. Ash has some lines from
Like
Evil Dead.
groovy.
Yeah, he has some lines. And so Nicolas Cage and then a couple of the original characters that they have. They're about to drop Laura Croft. And people are complaining that they're not dropping the sexy body Laura. They're
Oh.
dropping the new Laura body.
The flat is
The
a board,
realistic
Laura.
one?
Yeah.
Mm.
And so I think that's hilarious because I'm like, wouldn't it be funny? They need to drop like a pixel skin with the triangle.
Yeah, the
boobies.
original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're dropping the flat ass, flat chest, Laura.
Yeah. The modern, the feminist Laura. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, why is it not having curves feminist?
I don't get
There's
that.
nothing
either.
wrong with a woman with
Speak
curves.
on it,
That's all I'm
Joe.
saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Speak
You know?
on it.
Preach it to the choir.
As
Yeah.
somebody with mommy
You need-
milker knockers,
I think
Like,
because
people
she's
just assume I hate women.
I don't want to date a 12-year-old boy if I'm going to go on a date with someone. I want to make sure I'm dating a woman.
well, I think
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is, Joe,
Not a
is
12-year-old
Don't we
boy.
sound
Okay.
like that?
Joe, because of her athleticness though, and like the way she operates, like she would be a smaller framed woman, like big busty
Yo,
women
for
aren't
sure.
known for
No,
climbing.
yeah.
Have you
Well,
seen
you've
those?
never
hanging
met
on
me,
ropes and
actually.
stuff?
I'm actually a world record mountain climber.
Parkour at once.
I
Yeah.
actually have to have a second parachute. per titty.
But, like, if you see fighters and like most like athletes, they're pretty you know, like
No.
Yeah, no,
If
no,
you
for sure.
Check out the CrossFit girls and stuff. They have
Yeah.
they're pretty curvy.
But
They're
she's
not
also
flat anyway.
like an heiress, like a billionaire heiress. Like I don't think she's going to be CrossFit buff.
So the only thing that she has that's voluptuous are her lips because they're injected.
Yeah, and she uses those as a
A flotation device.
yeah.
I am smiling.
Actually, if she squeezes the saline out, it's a tool.
Ooh.
It's a survival rope.
It's like a MacGyver situation.
Yeah.
Or MacGruber, if that hits better.
McGruder.
Well, I have a racial version of that, but Leah,
Oh,
the bear.
The bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot emotionally. That's all
So what was your season 1, episode 1? What was your first impression from that first episode?
And how long did it take you to watch it after me harassing you for years? Go ahead.
Had to restart the first episode over like twice because I was like, this is too much. And I feel like I'm missing something.
Got overwhelmed.
In the first 10 seconds. Had to turn the caption on because again, it's too fast. Y'all have to also remember, like, y'all know how I am with consuming media and watching stuff. Like, I don't
have a TV in my house.
I don't. I don't.
are you that girl?
So, huh?
She lies like that,
Are
girl.
you that girl?
Says
Yeah.
it, I've never had a birthday cake.
Oh, sure.
When she was walking with her crutches and then
Yeah.
no, really, y'all. Like, I don't know. I just be in here. So, anyways, I've never in my life have I binged like 3 seasons worth of a thing within.
Really?
Like, never.
Hmm.
I can't do it.
Okay.
I
She's
just-
also a
And-
Southern woman, so she
See,
needs to
how
hear
you-
words said slower.
You have a different experience too because we watched it season to season. So like
Right.
our idea of each character in season 1
Mhm.
evolves
Totally
drastically in season 2.
Yeah.
Because you binged it, you didn't get that like
That
this
pause.
that pause where and then the next season you're like, holy fuck,
Holy
this character just reached another level and
Yeah.
redeems themselves,
Exactly.
right? So
Yeah.
so like let's say because now it's harder for you to be like, okay, season 1, these are my impressions because you just kept going. So
Mhm.
let's say after season 1, what were your impressions? Like just quick thoughts on all the different characters and stuff.
And I'll tell you if you're wrong.
Let me
Tell you
just-
what
Because there's one relationship you're very wrong about, but go ahead.
Uh-oh.
What else could it be?
You
Okay,
can't-
so let me start.
Some things you can't ship.
Let me start.
Uh-oh.
So Sydney, I feel like she just wants to. I mean, everybody wants to be successful in the show. Like everybody wants to be like great at what they do. But I feel like Sydney is trying like so hard to prove to her father and to herself that like she's not going to mess this up. And so like every time something pops off or when she's getting like overwhelmed and nervous, I'm just like, I want to reach out and hug her and just tell her it's gonna be okay. Like breathe. Like,
But do you
breathe.
think that's not a problem though, with her being coddled?
I don't. But has she ever been caught? Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
that's
think
how.
so.
I
Who's-
feel like her dad is
think
a
she's been
land. She is because her dad's a landing pad, and she knows that if anything goes wrong, I can always go back home.
but
Oh, see, I didn't feel that way.
ha ha ha. But she doesn't want that. She wants her.
No,
independence.
she doesn't want to.
That's what all of
I got
lonely
more of
kids
the
want, right?
interpretation is the mother's not there anymore. So she feels like
Right.
the father's getting older and she's going to have to become successful because he can't work forever. So she's going to have to
Right.
take care of him. So that she's
Right.
got that extra pressure to become successful, a success, so she can financially support her father in case he gets sick so he can quit his job. So he doesn't
Yeah.
have to work in pain and keep working like this.
I don't think
Not
she's
9 to
there
5.
mentally yet, though. I don't think she's realized that mentally.
No, I
yet.
think you're right because there's
super young too. Like, is she
Yeah.
fresh out of school? She's fresh out of school.
To me, she gives 24 to 27.
exactly not
mid-20s.
27.
Yeah. I'd
Okay.
say mid-20s, yeah.
She
Yeah.
looks super young in the face, so it's really hard to gauge.
She looks like
Mm.
17. Yeah.
Well, you know, Irish people don't age.
To have as much knowledge and talent as she does, she's
Yeah.
had to have worked a bit in other restaurants. She's
Mhm.
not straight out of school.
Yeah.
She's
So I
like
think
15,
she's
right?
like youngest mid-20s. Like you said,
Okay.
25 to
Yeah.
30 because
Yeah.
she has a lot of skills and in the restaurant industry, especially the type of cuisine she does, you don't just walk into a kitchen and become a chef or a sous chef. You got to work your way up, right? So I think she has experience in other kitchens and stuff.
And I say coddled because she's very much a people pleaser. She's very much a yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Like I don't even think in season, even in the later seasons, like there's things that are going on around her where it's like, put your fucking foot down, bitch. Stand on your fucking business.
But I also feel like she, even though like, she's an employee there.
She's very naive. Like she's very young-minded still.
But I think she definitely sees like, okay, I am coming into a thing, so I can only say so much.
Right.
But when it comes to finances, speak up, because that's your name on the contract. That's your name on the restaurant.
So I'm at the part where like,
she's not.
Guys, I don't care like, if you like at this point spoil it. Like I don't. But Elle just said there's no spoilers. But anyways,
no, not this season.
I was gonna say, since when are we doing spoilers?
Honestly, we're spoilers. This season was very anticlimactic.
It is cliffhanger.
There's one twist, but it's to be continued this season. Yeah. And I honestly, just to like foreshadow, this season could have been balled up into season 2, to be perfectly honest with you, with the lack of character development.
Yeah,
but
except for one, yeah,
it kind of seemed really out of focus. A lot of times they would just like all of a sudden like there'd be like some dramatic scenes going on, and it's like, okay, here's a flashback of Carmi for some reason. It's like, why are you showing me this? Like,
right.
Which okay, can I have a hot take on this one? Because it felt like a self-indulgent film school moment to me, and sometimes I want one.
It was very artsy, and I feel like it really leaned into it, and I enjoyed it. But there were times where I mentally was like,
did I just
are you gonna fuck
that whole ride for what? Yeah.
Are you gonna kick this bitch out? Like, and there was a lot of times where I was, you're absolutely right. It did feel like kind of disjointed. Yeah, and it absolutely could have been either they waited and then just did like a proper season 3 where there's character growth and story progression. And I've seen arguments online that were like, oh yeah, but it's supposed to feel that way. It's supposed to feel stagnant. And I get it, but it's also a TV show, and it's also entertainment. And I get it. You want us to experience these things, and please believe we have.
Oh yeah,
we've bawled. We've been on the floor holding our stomachs with them, but also there's a balance, and I just didn't feel like this season moved it enough forward.
That part was
that episode was so beautiful. Like that's why this season was so great still.
Because, you said that episode was beautiful?
Yeah,
dude. I'm thinking
I had to pause it 4 or 5 times because my chest hurt. Because I know motherfuckers like that. When a sugar giving birth.
Yeah, that was a very empathic experience.
8, so it's your next episode.
My next episode. Okay.
She ended up having to call her mom. It's not a spoiler.
Oh, that relationship, y'all. So I'm sorry, and I know I'm going back, but the Christmas episode, I physically, like, I screamed, and I couldn't stop screaming because it was like back to back, back to back.
In my opinion, this episode is almost as good, but it only has like kind of the 2 characters for most of the episode. But like, oh my god, like Jamie Lee Curtis has been decent her career, most of her later career, but like, dude, she shines in this show. I mean, she plays like that.
Especially if you have like a white bipolar narcissistic mom like myself. It's like
I was gonna say,
it's like so nailed that. It's like so beautiful to see her represented on the screen, And I actually sent her a clip, and she's yet to respond. So hey, whenever you get to it, let me know. I thought it would be funny. I thought it would be funny because truly, Unhinged.
That was my favorite episode.
I cried myself. I was so, and that's Ayo's debut, directorial debut episode.
Yeah, that was my second favorite. Next to
what was Ayo's episode, which was
napkins.
The 7.
Tina's job. Yeah. Tina losing her job.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That was beautiful.
That was my favorite episode this season. It was so good.
It really was. Good job, Ayo.
Yeah. And the fact episode was also one of my favorites. John Cena, couldn't see him on the episode, but he was great.
He was good.
Yeah.
Fack in the teen episode was great too, man. Like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I love. I kind of wish that they'd do kind of a
like a
season
prequel.
Yeah, with John Bernthal's character because
no, thank you,
Johnny. I will watch it with you.
I love the character. I don't like John Bernthal. If John Bernthal jumped off of a bridge right now, and I hate to say it, but he gives me such an ick. He gives me such an ick because of things he said and people who he's backed. And people who he supports, I don't even know and about that stuff. It just—he really gives off like I was a Marine for 34 years, but like really in real life, he's like a theater kid who punched somebody and got assault charges against him.
Okay, don't mess it up, Marie.
Oh, I'm sorry. He also supports Shia LaBeouf, who knowingly gave women STDs that are incurable. But I mean, he's a great guy.
And I don't have to watch American Gigolo anymore. Thank you very much.
Okay. He was also Shane, and he was like, I actually wrote Shane myself. No, I'm just kidding.
Stop.
I actually wrote the character Shane. He represented all of my ideals.
I really like the scene though with him and Tina. I thought that.
No, he's great in the show, and I hate that he's such a good actor.
Pissed you off, right?
Yeah. At least Mark Wahlberg is a trash actor and a trash person.
Yes,
but like John Bernthal.
What do you mean?
I think Tina is my favorite character. Her story, her arc, everything.
Yeah.
She's like, she's the cream. She's at the top. Then it's Richie. Like I love that. I love a good redemption story. So Richie's right after that.
Yeah.
And everyone else after.
I was gonna say I can't separate after
that scene on the bench when she's like, just fucking RSVP. And I was like, Richie, I don't want you to, but just do it.
Just do it anyway.
Just do it. That's family.
That was a great scene.
Family.
I want him to find someone. I think
he's gonna hook up with that.
It's gonna be the girl from the restaurant, right?
Yeah, the girl from the restaurant. That's what I'm feeling.
That's what I'm hoping.
Or Sydney.
They hinted at it. But
him and Sydney would be really.
I would love him and
you
Sydney.
Want Sydney with everybody.
I want Sydney
left field.
Maybe they'll be like.
I want her with Luca.
I want Carmi to drop the ball and then Richie to step in.
Good call.
Carmi has dropped the ball,
but not Marcus. That's her brother. That's disgusting.
No, he's family.
He's family.
There.
Okay, I want Marcus to be Sugar's baby stepdaddy.
I'm going to date him.
Joking. First of all, I love Marcus. I want him to wrap me up in his arms.
Right?
He's not mentally there yet to be in a serious relationship.
And neither am I. But I feel like we can get there.
And that's why
but we can
I don't care anymore. Somebody's gonna love me right where I am. So listen, I thought when
the fact. You need somebody who's just chill.
No, what's so fun?
Who doesn't think too hard at all.
That's a lot. Sorry guys, I'm a little unhinged. But listen, when he was over what was it, Copenhagen? Is that how you say it? Copenhagen?
Yeah, Copenhagen. No, it's actually pronounced Copenhagen.
If you could just so when he was over there and they were FaceTiming and he was like, who said I missed you first? Was it her? I think
But you saw how she said it. She didn't mean it romantically and he took it romantically.
I know, but so what?
You can't force the chemistry. And I think that Carmi needs to go out with her and then drop the ball completely. And then Richie goes, I'm going to save you.
No.
Oh.
And then Richie's like,
Richie,
I don't want no.
Richie has to, come on, Richie. Come on. He takes her to the Taylor Swift concert.
That's one way to get the whole show canceled after.
That's fanfic only.
I don't want them to get together because
what if Sid is with the brother? What if she's with John Barathol in the past and then they didn't realize it?
I'm not ready for that.
What if Sydney ends up with Claire Bear?
What if I'll kill myself?
Oh my God!
There's nobody I hate more in this life than Claire. Worse than
Claire, because when I was like, "Oh, I'm happy that Carmi has found joy,"
she messaged me. Yeah, she was
cursed me out. Like, no,
I cussed her out.
Bitch. We all just Claire, and I was like, "Wow!"
I said, as a community, fuck Claire.
I almost hated the Claire Bear subplot of this season, but the facts were involved with it, and that was
so good.
Yeah, and they made it so adorable when they went.
Yeah,
to
it was cute and misguided.
This is my work.
Like, Claire Bear, we love Claire Bear.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Okay, let's talk about my favorite line from season 1. I know I'm going all the way back.
Not a line.
So, when Fac was like, we all get cake because we're best friends, I had to rewind that like 5 times because it just brought me so much joy. I love him.
Aw.
We all get cake because we're best friends. He loves those people. I love him.
It also kind of...
Uh-oh, what?
Nothing.
No, say it.
You know how some people just be delulu, and it,
Well,
when they hear something that feeds into it.
He's actually a consultant on the show.
Yeah.
What was that?
He's a consultant for the show.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, he's a chef.
Yeah.
He's an actual chef. Maddie Madison.
Yeah.
Maddie.
Maddie.
Fac.
We see him in the real world.
Oh, he's a chef in real life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He
had a show on Vice, cook show on Vice.
Oh, nice.
Hilarious.
Cool.
He's hilarious. And I was talking to Tara before the show. He's guest judging on Barbecue Showdown.
I think it's that one because Brawl
On
is
Netflix.
the other one. Yeah.
I think it's so funny that he's an actual chef in real life and like he's just this lovable idiot.
He's the most.
And, he was a roadie for the Cancer Bats.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For a year, he went as a roadie for the Cancer Bats. Yeah. So
Did you guys see there's a
story.
documentary on Netflix about why people hate Nickelback?
Oh, I did see that, but I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it yet because I refuse. I
Give me a
know the
reason,
words to every single song on Silver Side Up.
You don't need to make a documentary about it. It's his fucking haircut that he had for the longest time.
Aren't you
Ramen noodle
Canadian?
hair.
No pride in your people?
You didn't read that whole fucking thing I went on about patriotism and all that shit?
I'm on Twitter. Was it on Twitter?
No, it was on
it was in the chat.
Instagram.
It was on Instagram?
Yeah.
Blind
Was it recent?
patriotism is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it was in the I guess what you'd call our flag.
I'm a fan of like
Johnny, sound a
get
little
rid
bit
of
more
all
excited
borders.
about it. You were like, yeah, I was actually.
Pretend if you have to.
Get rid of all borders, man, and all guns.
I pretty much agree with him.
Like get rid of guns, then get rid of all borders. That's the way I feel.
No, for sure. Because I keep seeing people talk about the Netherlands and how, well, we have XYZ. I'm like, yeah, you also have a pedophile representing you at the Olympics this year.
Oh.
Who, an admitted pedophile. But you guys were like, he did his time. So what does that matter for his athleticism?
Who are we talking about?
Steve something. He's representing the Netherlands in the Olympics this year.
For what
and
sport?
he's an actual pedophile.
Did he go to jail and serve time?
Yeah.
So I don't have no problem with it.
You don't have a problem with somebody who raped a 12-year-old.
What?
Representing a country.
Guilty, did time.
I mean,
I believe in rehabilitation, but when it comes to some crimes,
he was in jail. Okay.
If you're not going to believe in rehabilitation, then you have to agree with the death penalty.
I don't agree with the death penalty.
Well, then you have to get behind rehabilitation. Otherwise, what are you going to do? You let these people back into society, and you don't let them live after.
Yeah, you can go ahead and run.
You're going to do that. Don't
play
even put them in
basketball.
prison. Just let's go in the old days and just hang people in the square if that's the way it's going to be.
Damn.
I mean,
do you think like death is better than just like, hey, you just can't be in the Olympics?
I think the existential crisis of not being in the Olympics is good.
I think that's enough. Like, I feel like you can.
But just like Trump, he should not be able to run for president.
No, he really shouldn't. He shouldn't be able to run for dog catcher.
If me, a felon, I can't work at McDonald's. If me, a felon, I can't get an apartment. Then why the fuck can you run for president?
Can't even vote for the president.
So the regulation, cool, but also
that's crazy. Like, he was 12 and he was 19.
See, where I'm like is okay. If you let him become a teacher at a children's school, then I have a problem. But the Olympics has nothing to do with children, so I have no problem with that.
But you're representing the country.
The country, yeah.
Like
they're supposed to be exemplary.
Well, I mean, if I'm paying taxes, then
I don't want to pay for you to go.
You should be above reproach if you represent us.
Yeah. A true role model. Like my kids need to be able to look up to you.
Yeah, they took Michael
poster on their wall.
Yeah, Sha'Carri smoked weed and got eliminated.
Yeah, they took away their medal.
But see, this is where I have another problem: is role models. That should all. But
it's the Olympics.
Smallest.
That's the dream. Yeah, like these are the athletes. These are the.
You know what? Pat come home right now.
Oh God.
You gave him too much freedom. No, I hear what you're saying, Joe. And in most cases, I agree with you. I don't believe in the death penalty. I am pro rehabilitation. I think what other countries are doing in terms of rehabilitation far outpaces America. But the issue with America is when you're doing like corporate crimes and federal crimes, like you're applauded. But Sha'Carri smoked weed and tested positive for THC and she couldn't compete. But the president can get convicted of how many felonies?
Oh, well, I don't
34.
disagree with you there.
But who's counting?
It's wild
I mean,
out here.
let her go to the Olympics. I mean,
No,
if it's not-
she had to sit it out
No,
and
but that's
wait
why
4 years.
I agree with you on that. I don't think weed is not a.
It's not even a performance
performance-enhancing-
enhancer.
No,
If
that's
anything,
it.
it slowed
So-
her down.
Or it distracted her, so she was like, "What?
Yeah.
Oh fuck!"
Mhm.
Everyone takes off.
It's so wild, and it's wild that it's legal locally but not federally.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
wild that I have to take money out of the bank to buy an edible because you're not allowed to
'cause you
use
gotta
your
have
debit
cash.
card at dispensaries.
Yeah, you got to
Man,
get a little
you guys
ATM
are
in the
fucked
back.
up.
Hey, what is
Your
up?
country is like so fucking ass backwards. It's so.
Thank
That's
you.
us.
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, thanks. We were
Well, I
hoping
mean-
you'd see that.
It's my
And
hat at
people
you, stranger.
joke and stuff, but truly, America is a third world country parading as a first world country. It's the ghetto here. It's fucking sucks here. And the fact that they just passed that law that's like, oh yeah, presidents have immunity. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
sure.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Or the fact.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll make more people want to run for president now. 'Cause
What?
that way they can get away with murder.
Silver lining.
Yeah,
Look,
they're like,
I'm-
I want in. I could rape, pillage, and do whatever I want and get away with it.
And apparently in the Netherlands too. So
Yeah.
There you go. They're ahead of the curve.
And they're all happy
ahead
there.
of the curve.
Mm.
Ahead of the curb. Because I will curb stomp you if you look at my kids twice.
Okay, that's visceral. Thank you.
You're
There we
welcome.
go.
Anyway, the
You know what? I
bear.
love to mention that
Some
because
bears.
I love to
What?
mention curb stomping because I did not watch American History X until late into my life, and when nobody warned me about that scene.
Oh, you're kidding me. I'm
and
so
so
sorry
when
for
I
you.
saw it for the first time, I was like
Oh.
heavily pregnant.
You can hear the
Mm.
Yeah.
Horrible. That
And I
scene.
didn't know it even had a name, curb
Oh.
stomping. And so when I
Yeah.
saw it, I was like disgusted. I was like throwing up because I was super pregnant, had never heard about it
Yeah.
before,
Oh,
didn't
no,
know what
that's
it was.
awful.
Went on a rabbit hole of Googling it.
Oh no.
And they
And
cut
I-
away, right?
Watch that while you're pregnant anyway.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
That's
Well, I was trying
horrible.
to educate my kid because I'm from Orange County and my babies are all from South LA. So I watched South Central. I watched I watched
them
all
a
the
proper
documentaries.
education.
Al.
yeah, I watched
all the
Very
I watched
educational.
what's the other ones? Leah, come on.
What?
Bad Boys 2? No,
Bad Boys too.
Yeah.
That felt racist.
It's as authentic as American History X.
Uh,
That's a really bad look. That's a really cornball look at the.
Like I watched Belly, I watched Juice,
Oh,
I
Belly.
watched
Okay.
like
No, I
yeah.
saw Belly for my first time a few weeks ago.
Oh, I loved Belly.
Yeah,
Who were you
Nas-
with?
My
Nas-
boss.
What do you think about Nas's acting?
Everything
Man.
was horrible. That was a horrible movie.
Were you guys
Oh
watching
no,
it
it's
on
a great
Tubi?
movie,
I
but
loved
like
it. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
you've never seen Belly. Oh, it's
No.
hilarious, man.
It's horrible.
Have you ever seen Shatas?
Let's make a note of that, Johnny.
Which one?
That's it.
Shatas.
Yeah, Shatas is like the Jamaican Belly, dude. It's awesome.
No, I
That's
haven't seen that one.
That's the movie of Leah's people.
Shut up,
That's
man.
great, dude. Like I love Shatas. Like it's way better than Belly, actually, dude.
I was so excited when I saw it because I was like, Leah, I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
So now all she just like whenever I talk of my family and my people in Jamaica, she either says that they use banana leaves to eat off of based off of
Which they do. I saw it on Andrew Zimmern.
Okay.
Great.
There's that.
So it
Hello?
must be true.
Hello? And then yeah, you mentioned Shadas every
Me
time.
too, girl.
Can we talk about how Andrew Zimmern of Bizarre Foods has a frozen food line and none of the food is bizarre?
That's weird.
Yeah, like cucumber sandwiches and stuff. Look at this bizarre thing I have.
He has like rigatoni and shit, and I'm just like, wait a minute, hold on.
How does that work?
Andrew Zimmern, you couldn't even use like a exotic ingredient.
No.
Like
No
caterpillar,
covered cricket consider
Yeah,
anything like that. Yeah.
like battered that you just throw in the deep fryer. Like
Even if it was something like oxtail, I would have been like, oh, that's exotic enough to some people.
That count. Yeah.
Yeah,
To some
boiled
people.
dog soup. You get them RFK Jr. voters, man.
what he needed to do is go with like a flavor of the month, right? Something weird
Yeah.
each month, because people won't buy it again. They'll try it once for the novelty.
Yeah.
So every month or every couple or quarter, let's say quarter, you put out a new like.
No,
this
every
quarter
day.
It's crickets.
Every
Then
day.
the next one it's
It's menu every day.
You remove it
Every
and you do
menu, yeah.
rotation, because people aren't going to come back
non-negotiable,
to buy
Johnny.
crickets every week, you know, and to be
Or even if he just used ingredients that sounded like if he used like swordfish, I'm sure there's people who are like, that's exotic.
Yeah,
A sword? A sword?
Yeah.
Or narwhal.
Does it
you know,
fight?
Like, that's kind of
Narwhal steak.
yeah, narwhal steak, something like that.
There you go.
Manatee cheeks, because you know
Yeah.
some people fell in love with mermaids like Christopher Columbus, but they were actually manatees. So it's on record some places that he fucked manatees.
Oh
No. For real?
Why, Joe, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Google Christopher Columbus fucks manatees.
I'm moving
Okay.
it
Look
down.
it up.
Now I gotta do it.
Look it up, y'all.
Doing it
Christopher
right now.
Columbus.
And also, not to scare anybody, but shout out to everybody here because I know I have been very inconsistent lately. I have been very sick. However, I'm alive.
Elle,
we're
you
so
said that
happy
like
you're
a
alive.
creepy YouTube.
Yeah, what were you about to
He
do?
always
there?
says it
Hey,
creepy.
Hey guys, it's me. It's your girl Elle. And I'm here.
Ever.
I'm here with the top 15
And I'm
shared
here-
videos.
She would have been canceled ages ago.
Listen, guys, I watch enough Mr. Beast to know how to talk to people. Listen, and I might not have much to give now, but in 15 years, I still won't. Fuck y'all. But also, Christopher Columbus did fuck manatees. Google
He
it.
did not.
It is.
He did not.
Google it.
To be fair, I got a whole list of references when I
Of
put in.
manatees.
That's a
Yes,
trap.
yes,
It's a
yes.
trap, people.
It's
Do not Google.
Manatees.
not a trap.
It's
They
a
have
trap.
spoken out.
There's some
It says
weird
right here,
mind that
turns
all
out
wants
to be
everyone to
manatee.
see. It's a
Why
fucking
is it
trap.
illegal to touch them?
Because
Because
Christopher
they've been
Columbus.
touched before. Have you guys seen the lighthouse? That wasn't a mermaid. That was manatee pussy.
No.
Oh.
Joe, it was. I've
That
seen the
hurt a
movie.
little. That hurt.
Because the oil on our hands can actually hurt them.
Really?
Yeah.
But have you heard that song? When it hurts
What?
this
On our hands?
good. Leah, what's the word?
Stop it. Johnny is educating me right now.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear you,
Johnny.
But on Nasty Girl, does she not say when it hurts this good? The manatees are like, burn me, Columbus.
Oh
Burn
my
me,
God.
Chrissy.
Oh my god. Here we go.
I'm so
All right, y'all. The bear.
The bear.
What was your favorite dish?
The one thing that I don't get about the food though is why do they have to be in such a damn hurry? Like I can wait like
I
an
don't
extra
know.
30 seconds, you know what I mean? If like it
Or the
doesn't mean
tweezers.
somebody getting screamed at. you
I
know
think
what
that's
mean?
the but
Fuck's
that's the
sake.
toxic nature of kitchens. And I who was it that was like, oh, I'm reading Kitchen Confidential?
Joey.
Joey. So I love Anthony Bourdain. It's very hard for me to talk about him because I'm so
I'm still
protective
emotional.
of his energy. Because truly, I think he was just a very sarcastic, very just he was an asshole. He was, but I also think that was his walls, and so it's very hard because I can identify and relate to Anthony on so many different levels, and so like for me. When
He's
I
very
see
self-aware as well.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
And I think Carmi is on the road to self-awareness,
Mhm.
but also that self-destructive streak, the self-sabotage, and also people-pleasing, because
But I think he's trying. I think everybody on that show is
They're in
actively
season
trying to be a
2.
better person. I really do.
In season 2, he's trying.
When he
Yeah.
told Sugar to figure it out, man, she should have beat his ass. Like somebody
She-
really needs to
yeah.
beat his ass.
Let's
this
hear it for
season.
Sugar.
Like,
you said it. You said that real like Red Dead Redemption when he told Sugar.
Sugar. What he told old Sugar.
Oh, Shug.
If there's someone that could like tell Carmi to,
she would be the
her.
only one. Yeah,
because they're actually they're siblings, so she could be like, listen, you're fucking this up. You're,
And shout out to my older brother. He's a chef. He's an asshole. I love him to death. He knows this all. And it hurts me sometimes to redirect him because I'm like, I understand everything we've been through, and I understand that his coping is not the same as how I cope. And so it's like, it's a very like delicate balance you have to walk, especially with like the loss of a family member, like in the mix, because it's like, if I say this, will this trigger this? Right. If I don't say this, will this trigger this? And so it's like a very like delicate walk. And like, this is, I'm, me, no manatees, being vulnerable. I'm very like deathly sensitive about my brothers, whether they do good or bad. And so Sugar is like a character that I'm just like, I see you, bitch, because it is very hard. And it's something where you want to be like, I helped you as much as I could to a detriment. Yes. But how many times am I going to help you? Be it financially, emotionally, or whatever, until it's
she's there until her baby came. Like she was literally running errands for him when she pops. You know what I mean?
For him not to answer the phone.
Yeah,
that would have killed me. And
not even to go visit her yet because he's scared of his mom. Like fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like and the whole thing when he confronts the spoilers, but like the big confrontation. I want to feel for him, but like I think everybody's had a boss that's that fucking horrible. You know what I mean? So
that was also cringe for me though, because I was like, bro, he doesn't care.
Yeah. He actually doesn't care. Like he says, I helped make you who you are. Grow a pair.
Was that even real? I read a theory that he's Tyler, like a la Fight Club to Carmi.
Oh no.
That he doesn't exist. And I was like, that would be so cool.
Well, Luca and Homegirl saw him too, so like I don't think that he's a
no, but it made me
that
pause
would be
for a second.
Though.
Yeah, I was like, that's fucking cool.
You'd have to stop and go back to that particular scene where they're at the restaurant and like when Sydney and Luca see him too. So, but like that's
so at the end, to be continued.
I hated that shit because it could have been season 2.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna haunt on Christopher Storer now because of that.
It's either the review drops, right?
Which I feel is mixed reviews, probably.
Or it's, what's his name, went ahead and said Sydney's going to be he released, because he wanted to release things saying he's opening his new restaurant, and maybe he didn't wait for her to confirm, and he like, go forward, Sydney's going to be my cook in my new restaurant, and he saw it, and maybe it's like...
Or, Leah, I don't know if you want to know this, you can cover your ears. Because this is the one like little plot twist.
Okay, I'm turning you down. Give me a thumbs up, Joe, when y'all are done.
Okay.
Give her a thumbs down now. Give her a thumbs down.
It either has to do with Sydney or the review.
No, it's the uncle saying, I don't have the money to sustain this. When are you going to tell him?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So it's going to flop regardless if he doesn't absolutely nail, like, unless he's absolutely sustainable overnight, like he's absolutely going to flop.
I mean, he was warned. Just the fact that he brings his financier in to,
the computer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? I loved him so much.
That's a red flag right there, meaning, okay, we're out of money.
Yeah.
That's a red flag right there. Like, you can, okay, you want to do the whole restaurant. You want to make the best restaurant. What is it? Like, you're looking at the wood despite the trees or whatever the saying is, like
forest can't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah, that's it. Like, fuck. Do you want a successful restaurant, or do you just want to make, or is it just ego? Right now, I think it's just ego. He doesn't really want a successful restaurant. He just wants to be able to say he did the best restaurant that ever existed, whether it's successful.
Yeah, he wants to have done it. He doesn't want to do it. Yeah.
Exactly. I think the saying is, when the manatee is more rare than the mermaid.
We're back. We're talking about manatees.
We're talking about manatees. But yeah, I felt like it was probably something along those lines, but also, like, selfishly, you want her to stick it through and be like, stick with your people. Like, no, that's your team. But also at the same time, it's like, no, bitch, go for the opportunity.
Thing is she has them partying at her house right before she's about to fuck
and
over.
That's exactly why. But then that's why I'm so conflicted, because again, she's a people pleaser. why is the party at her house?
I like her, okay,
question.
but like that point right there, I'm just kind of like a little bit fuck you. I mean, Carmen is way more fuck you in my opinion, but like Sydney kind of earned quite a bit of one having the party at her house, and then yeah, she went out and like had a cry, but like it's like you're still an asshole. Like at least let Marcus know, you know what I mean? At least
Right.
Yeah.
then he would let the cat out of the bag.
But then it's like you're saying that like that's also admitting like the restaurant is working because of me, not because of Carm.
But
it kind of is though.
No, that's what I'm saying. It is, but like that's like kind of people having to force acknowledge that she is the glue.
But they're supposed to be partners, and he's not treating her as a partner. He's kind of making a lot of these decisions laterally without consulting her. So she shows up, and it's like the whole menu's changed.
Especially with that montage.
I was
so
like
the headlines.
That.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want a partner or do you want a sous chef? Right? Because
make up your
mind.
mind.
To be his sous chef anymore. They're supposed to be equals.
No, equals.
Right.
And they're not at this moment. So she's like, fuck it. Why would
I get that. I just kind of wish
that they're
tell
equals
everybody.
and they're not.
Yeah.
And that ties back to why Tina is so great, because you remember how much of a bitch she was. She was awful to Ao in the beginning, but to see like that growth, and also to see how the humble like in like introductions and why she's so protective of the Bearzados, you know what I mean? So that was like very nice to see. It was very nice to see that like no, Ao like at her core, I'm going to help you. And so it was that was like such reaffirming. And so for that to be her episode was eyeballed. When I realized that was going to be her episode, I said, I'm tapped out emotionally.
Like, you have to give her own episode every season.
The cliffhanger I'm most excited for is Tina's cauliflower and Marcus's whole movie inspired desserts. Like that's kind of what I'm really interested in the next season.
Oh yeah, because the burnt. I was like, I know that movie. Am I a foodie?
But I thought all that stuff was really cool. That like I like his storyline a lot. I kind of thought he was a little whiny in the first season, but like he's really kind of become the heart of the show, in my opinion. Yeah, him and Richie are kind of the heart of the show, in my opinion.
The first season wasn't bad. I found the second season with his whole like
well, him coming up with the donut when Carmen was already freaking out, I thought was a really dumb move, and like that was probably just bad writing, kind of. But like I don't know. That scene kind of always rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, why did Marcus just act so dumb right there?
And one thing I loved about this season is they go back to the takeout window.
Yes.
I was like, yes, give me more of that. Like that was the first season, right? The grimy restaurant, like getting that organized.
That's my prediction.
And also the fact that let's not act like Carmi is, and I told this to Leah, he is the antagonist. He's a gentrifier. He came into this neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I completely agree. He came into this local joint where everyone lines up for these sandwiches. Right?
Yes.
And now he's going to make it a frou-frou place.
Well,
that changes the menu every night. So you can't come in and get your favorite.
No.
That could be the twist, though.
My prediction is
the twist in the review is that the takeout window is A+.
Yeah. It's spectacular.
That would be a nice knife to twist, I think.
It would be.
I think his restaurant's gonna fail, and like the whole thing is gonna be contingent on the sandwiches again, and he's gonna have to build himself back up the right way this time.
Then he can make deconstructed ones in the dining room. Sorry.
Yeah, he needs to stop emulating the guy that he hates.
I would too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's the problem. He is just continuing the cycle. He is acting exactly like the guy he hated. He is basically making Sydney another version of himself. Like that's why Sydney is so resentful to him.
And Joel McHale plays such a good, unlikable character.
He is very good at being an asshole.
I mean, he could play Christopher Columbus.
God damn.
Here we go.
Let's circle back to Columbus, Chris.
Let's circle back to Columbus, Chris.
And and the uncle.
Oh, Oliver Platt's always golden.
Oliver Platt is so good.
Yeah, he's so good. Yeah.
And he's such
he could play Patton Oswalt in the true life story of how he killed his wife.
Allegedly.
And then fucked a manatee, allegedly.
Please stop. Please stop
But,
there.
like, he's willing to bankrupt himself to try to give this to Carmi. You know what I mean? Like,
what movie did he play in as a kid? I remember Matilda.
It was
Matilda.
Manatees and Men.
Manatees and Men.
Oh, he was in Simon Birch. He was in Simon Birch.
And the Green Manatee.
What's wrong with him? He was in something else.
Apt Manatee.
With
another, I think it's episode 3 where they really show the dynamics of a restaurant when the front of the house and the back of the house don't get along.
Yeah.
Where you and Richie are at war again. And you see the front, like, this is like this and that, and then how they fight, and I love that episode too. That they
and
really
as a former customer service representative of Domino's, the way that they used to bully us into pick the pits, I could absolutely see why these motherfuckers would. No, I'm just kidding.
What is pick the pits?
Picking the pits is when they literally make you pick through all the toppings that fell through the grate when you were making the pizzas throughout the day, and you have to put them back.
Do you ever wonder if that was just our store?
No, because I know. No, it was all. It was corporate cost saving. And the way I used to sneak and throw them away and then just put cardboard on top, because that's degrading to me. I'm not about to pick.
I'll never forget. I forget who that guy was, but he was like, "Do you want me to show you how to pick the pits?" And I was like, "Yeah." That's what he did.
I don't think I can undo that. No.
The trash can, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, he was a real one. But also, like, shout out to Domino's for employing adult men who taught us what pearl necklaces were. Shout out to you.
Probably should have reported it.
Well, gotta love those first jobs. They are educational, aren't they?
It's good to know.
Second and third jobs for me.
Oh, sorry.
It's good to know so you don't fall into like those dirty joke traps.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
you can flip it.
Actually, me too.
Unfortunately, you've heard my joke structure, so unfortunately, it added to my repertoire of jokes.
Now you have a whole manatee section.
Now a whole manatee. Joe, make the sound a manatee makes when Christopher Columbus mounts it.
Do they sound like seals or
seal? Oh, Leah, do your seal impression.
I've been kissed by a rose.
Yeah,
great job, guys.
Baby. Have you ever been kissed by a manatee by the sea? I haven't. Also, have you guys watched The Whale?
No,
I have not gotten through it. I got uncomfortable.
I can't get into it because I had a dying father, and so it was like really very uncomfortable to get into at the beginning. So I stopped watching it at the beginning. But I cannot help but say that he looks like a manatee.
Oh,
poor Brendan Fraser.
But also, aren't they doing like another mummy movie for him?
How?
I don't know.
Have you not ever seen a mummy come back to life?
They introduced his son in the third one.
So he's a mummy?
He is
they'll probably do Indiana Jones type thing where he plays like the grandpa.
I used to have a crush on Billy Zane, and then he did that show with Kevin Hart, and I said you could still get it. And also was he not also Lex Luthor on the cartoons?
Yeah, I believe he did.
Was he?
I don't know, but I equated his look and his aesthetic to Lex Luthor, Billy Zane, and I always was like, Lex Luthor, Billy Zane could get it.
Well, that's different.
I think he did it in one of the movies. Like, what's his name? Clancy Brown did the voice in the actual animated series. So the bad guy from Highlander.
Look, I'll throw some kryptonite.
I love Billy Zane, man. He was amazing in Demon Knight. He should have got an Oscar for that.
It's a very good scenery tour.
Yeah,
I miss him.
You said he's good scenery tour.
Chewer.
Yeah, he's he knows he knows how to be cheesy on camera, man. Like
he does.
On Titanic, when he was like Stop. This is my lifeboat.
When he was the racist ass guy in Posse too, like,
which is wild because he looks ethnic.
He really does. Of all the people,
it's the eyes, it's the eyebrows.
He looks Egyptian, yeah.
He's very ambiguous, yeah.
Something.
Yeah, he looks like the guy that played the mummy, kind of like Arnold Vosloo.
He does though.
Yeah, like Billy Zane could actually play like.
He said, "I am the Prince of Egypt."
He's got that perma mascara.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And
that.
Listen, and the Prince of Egypt.
Oh, let me look him up.
I'm not religious, but
maybe Billy Zane could show up as another fact in season
I'll grow
3,
in his
part
basket.
2.
Sitting up the river.
He's 58 now.
58?
Why you say that? 58 ain't nothing. You're 45.
Shut the fuck up. Look at him.
Listen to your friend Billy Zane. He's a cool guy.
Let's circle back to Zane Bill.
Let's
Zane
circle
Bill.
back. So guys, she's making fun, but recently I've come out as a Sugar Hill Gang style rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And I did make a song on a live where I might have said, "Let's circle back to Cobain Kurt."
Oh.
Because he said something about Kurt Cobain, and then in her rap,
but for it to rhyme Sugar Hill style, I had to say it in reverse. So that's why she keeps saying that. But I feel like my artistry is being mocked.
No
way.
No.
So what's going on in everybody's lives? The bear.
I think Leah should check out Billy Zane and the Phantom. He like wears a purple leotard throughout the whole film. It's
It's hot.
The show he's on with Kevin Hart is really good too.
Wait,
I'm not a Kevin Hart fan, but he has a show with him and who's the taxi vader?
Jimmy Fallon?
Wesley Snipes?
Wesley Snipes, yeah.
Him and Wesley Snipes play brothers, and Wesley Snipes is crooked, and Kevin Hart is Kevin Hart, essentially. And so he's on the meteoric rise, and his brother keeps getting him involved in illicit schemes, and Billy Zane is involved. It was actually a really solid-ass show. And Billy Zane was fantastic. No, he was I think he was like the op.
Okay.
It's True Story. It's called True Story.
Yeah, it's called True Story, not based on a true story.
All these movies, y'all. I have the fan.
I just looked it up.
True Story.
It's a Netflix movie.
And he just did a Lifetime movie too.
8 episodes.
Okay.
Billy Zane or
Yes.
Wesley Snipes?
No, Billy Zane.
Okay.
He's like a college dad cult leader thing.
Oh,
I don't know.
I know the real life story based on that.
Yeah, I figured you would. So you should check it out.
I will. What a weird story that was unnecessary because you guys are adults.
What is the story?
This like college student's dad like basically conned a bunch of other college students to like live in his house, and he was like abusing them sexually and physically the entire time. And
right up.
But it was just kind of silly because it's like you guys are grown, like leave. But the rent was too good. The dick was too good.
It was too good.
I was gonna say
the beatings were too good.
See, that's another thing I'm thinking that the bear might be aiming at is that Carmi might be a serial killer. Like that's another like distinct possibility. The way like when he's
do that, yeah.
When he's picking the peas off of the bushels and stuff like that, man, he looks dead in the eyes, man. He looks
he is dead inside.
What if he kills Sid? I'd be into it. Cookie, I know you would be too because you like toxic relationships.
Oh, would they be dating at this point?
We're all here for it.
He kills her, and then they're like, "Hey, where's Sid?"
They come back as vampires.
He's like, "We're in love now. She just lives in my house, but it's just her body, her husk." He's been feeding her pieces to the restaurant.
I would be into that.
So, Elle, are you wanting Sid and Carmi to be together? Is that what you want?
No, but I want Carmi to acknowledge
him to want her.
That he needs her.
Yeah.
I want him because that scene in season 2 is one of the most beautiful written, directed film scenes ever when it comes to mental illness, because for all that chaos to be going on, and then as soon as he sees Sid in his head, it's just quiet. It was such a beautiful scene to me. And I think
you don't know.
You keep asking me that, and I can't tell you, friend. But yeah, there's a scene in season 2 where Carm's having a panic attack, and he sees Claire, and he sees his family, and he sees the restaurant, and it's just too much going on all at once. And then he sees Sid, and everything just slows down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I just want him to acknowledge that he needs her or somebody like her peace around her, or even acknowledge that he needs help.
He called Claire the Peace this season.
He sure did.
Which made my
what?
I'm like, oh my god, Elle's head is exploding right now.
But I also feel like, have you ever like known a man who's like
with two of his friends right there?
He doesn't feel worthy of Sid. So he's like, even though Claire's a whole ass doctor, in his mind, that's settling. Yeah. That's like, Claire is settling because she reminds him so much of his family. Like, she's not on his level because, like, she grew up in the same neighborhood. She has the same likes and dislikes as his family. Like, and I totally get that. That's valid. Sometimes you want to be with somebody who is different from what you know. But Claire is everything he already knows.
Right. She's comfortable.
Plus, he was there with the two facts, man. When you're there with your boys and they're talking,
that was
especially with the girl that they already favor, you're gonna kind of like be like, yeah, dude, like, yeah, she was.
But all the scenes, the under the table scene, when they're fixing, like, there's just so many scenes where it's just like, he just needs things to slow down, and in order to do that, he has to let go of a lot of familial ties. He has to let go of a lot. And he also has to acknowledge that it's not his fault. His brother is not his fault. And that if he decides to opt out, it's not his fault. Well, and that's hard for somebody who's an addict. Because you're always going to feel like something is your fault. Because you could have been the one.
And he needs to fix himself. He doesn't need a relationship. Like, he's just gonna drag somebody with him. Like, he needs to he needs to squash his own beef with himself.
I just don't want Claire. Get rid of her.
I don't want Carmi with anybody. I want him to fix himself.
He's better alone.
But I also don't want Sid with Marcus. That's gross and
No, but there are other. I think
Sid
and Luca. It wouldn't bother me either. But I think Luca would be better.
I love how nervous she makes Luca.
Me too.
It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
But I also just think that these are two people in two different life situations where being alone would make them both thrive.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But are you going to, or are you going to feel like a human connection or manatee connection, whatever's your thing, right, Joe?
Oh God.
Joe, do they sell inflatable manatees on Amazon?
Oh my lord!
They don't even have tails. Come on.
I'm not sure.
You said they don't. They don't have tails, but they have heads.
Said that.
They have brains.
Okay, well.
They have uteruses.
Oh my god.
They got managooseys.
What do you think is going to happen at Richie's wife's wedding, man? Do you think there's going to be an episode for that?
So much manatee sex. Yeah.
Yeah. So
wow. I wouldn't be surprised if Richie punches Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, that would.
I hope not.
Shout out
you know
to
what?
Josh
I
Hartnett.
like him though.
I love that. I love that cameo.
I love that it was him.
That was such a good scene.
It was so good.
When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, Johnny!" I thought of Johnny right away when I saw Josh Hartnett.
It was as great as when Ethan Hawke showed up in Res Dogs, man. It was just like that great of a cameo.
Such a nice way to like reintegrate somebody who's notoriously known for shitting his pants back into society with a show about food.
Getting his pants back into society.
You're full of fun facts tonight.
Did my boy shit his pants like back when he was the werewolf or what? Like,
no, Josh Hartnett is notoriously known for shitting his pants.
He is?
Yes, and that's kind of why, like, in my head, he fell off. I was like, oh, he's the pants shitter. And
wait, stop. You can't
Google
just say that.
Y'all. Google Christopher Columbus fucking manatee.
You know what? Some things I don't want to Google. Like, seriously. And they have been both mentioned this evening.
But I think the problem is you go too deep, Elle.
Yeah.
No, I'm very
You
surface.
go too deep where
I've never heard about this before.
Yeah. I can tell you one person who
I love Josh Hartnett. I've always loved him.
Tosh is a known shitter.
Yeah, but he's a comedian.
Yeah, but he admits it on his podcast.
Yeah, he does.
He can't leave the house without knowing
where. Podcast?
Yeah, I love. And please listen, it's hilarious.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can't leave the house without knowing where he's going and where all the bathrooms are located.
Me neither. I have IBS.
He's like,
I was going to say, I can relate.
I know I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom, and if there's not one around, he's like, I'm gonna shit myself.
The colonoscopy episode, please, so relatable. I said, listen. Tosh is hilarious though, but Josh Hartnett for some. I never wanted to fuck Tosh.0 though. I did want to fuck Josh Hartnett. And so when I found out that he was a pants shitter, I was like, do I want to clean his pants?
No.
But if you just do a quick Google search,
how can you not be sympathetic? He probably has IBS as well.
No, and that's fine now.
Yeah.
But I'm an adult now. I'm an adult now.
You never leave the house, so you don't have to worry about it. He has to
oh my God,
house.
you did not just say that, Boo Boo.
You just doxed L, man.
No. People don't know that. People don't know that about me.
Yeah, okay.
On live, he's like, I don't go out.
I don't go outside. But the thing about that is also, I will shit my pants if I go outside. Hence why I don't go outside.
How can you not have sympathy for this guy then?
Because it's like, oh, I can smell that. Man shit is different than woman shit.
Oh, is it?
No, it is not.
I've never farted in my life.
Okay.
According to my kids. My kids think girls don't fart. My sons think girls don't fart. But yes, so Josh.
You never farted because if you do, you'll shit your pants. So you just take a shit instead.
Valid. And you know what? They don't know that I shit either.
That is some great detective reasoning.
They think I'm just on TikTok in the bathroom.
So you don't fart, you just shit.
And when I do shit, it smells like cupcakes. Because honestly.
Which kind?
Ooh, a little bit of, I would say vanilla with a little bit of buttercream.
Yeah, that's a good smell.
Yeah.
I like
cake
vanilla.
farts. They sell.
Farts. Oh my God, bringing something gross back. Like, oh my God.
Whoa. The original cake farter was the manatee.
Stop.
When Christopher Columbus shoved a Mayflower cake up a manatee.
I'm going to need therapy after this episode.
I know. It does Google well. I hate to tell you.
You can't go back to the well too often.
Yes, chef.
I'll just
yes,
say
chef.
That.
Yes, chef.
Behind chef.
Yes, Chef. Heard.
It's
hot.
dry.
Behind.
The well is dry.
Hands.
But can it ever be truly dry when it's an ocean?
When I lived in Florida, the town I lived in was actually called Manatee.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're back in there? You could smell it.
Feels like home.
It tastes like home.
I was only there for like 6 months, but yeah.
That's a tagline. That is a tagline right there.
It's right there outside of Tampa.
It's a good thing you can always find your way back to, because Christopher Columbus created the compass.
No, actually, Ponce de Leon, like that conquistador.
Georgia, Ponce de Leon. Pounce, Leon.
Motherfucker looking for the fountain of youth.
That's a motherfucker.
I was feeling Keith David at the moment, man. What?
Oh, no, go ahead. Keep going. Shit. This is Keith David podcast.
He should have one. I would watch that, man.
I would, watch and listen to.
But honestly, also, he kind of makes me mad when he was like, I don't eat breakfast. I said, fuck you, Keith David.
Only wimps eat breakfast.
Yeah. I eat protein.
Oh. Keith David. Am I supposed to know who Keith David is?
Oh yeah, dude. How do you?
Have you? Can you feel me?
You know who he is.
Craig David.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
met her on a Monday.
Oh,
yeah,
he was kind. Yeah.
He was in the thing. He was
in cartoon there. The main leader. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I love his voice.
He was in.
I do too.
Next to Tony Todd, he's got the dopest voice.
He was in They Live, or is it?
He was in They Live. He was in the thing.
Yeah, and then I think they died too.
Mm-hmm.
He had that epic fight scene with Roddy Piper. You'd probably love it, Elsie. You're like an old school wrestling fan.
I love that movie.
Another Man's Fries. Okay.
I love that movie.
Oh yeah, he was in Men at Work too.
Men at Work.
Oh my gosh. And Joe told me to stop going into the well, but it's so easy for me to be like, don't you never eat another man's manatee.
Oh my god.
Even his blow up doll is deflating right now at this point.
Leonardo DiCaprio needs to do a Christopher
That was
Columbus movie
one
about a
of the
manatee.
negative reviews on Amazon that it deflates.
Yeah. Have you put enough pressure on it to try?
No.
What's eating Gilbert Manatee?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that the movie is about him and not his brother.
What?
Elle is a self-diagnosed autist.
Autist. I like autist.
You know?
That should be a word. Wait.
She's got a touch of the tizzy.
Look, I take the online test. It says you are autism.
Manatee is gonna be like, she's gonna be talking about Manatee for the next week.
Oh my god!
She's gonna be
Joe,
telling
you're
her
making
kids-
me self-conscious.
She's gonna be telling her kids.
Yes, no.
Kids, did you know that Christopher Columbus?
He's an autist though.
When he crossed the ocean, he came to North America to fuck manatees.
Christopher Columbus came
didn't
to
have them
America to
played,
create
dog.
blow-up dolls.
You should make YouTube videos like that, Elle. Straight up with that voice. Christopher Columbus came across the blue sea to fuck manatees.
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
The Nina, the Pinta.
I'll do you.
And I'm not gonna even say Green. They actually all came over here to fuck manatees.
Okay.
That was the original trade.
The bear.
The bear.
The bear.
You guys have heard of the transatlantic slave trade?
Oh,
But
no,
have you
no.
ever heard of the
Stop.
transatlantic
Stop.
manatee fuck?
Oh my
right now.
god. I can't.
Stop it.
Leah
Leah, come
has
back.
had enough. She's had enough with the
Leah.
manatee talk.
Uh-oh.
You know what's crazy is right now she's actually on Manatee Talk. How
Stop
can I
being
say?
weird.
How can I save you?
How can I see?
All right, guys. Also, happy birthday to Marcy. It's her birthday today,
Oh,
Happy
Lord.
birthday, Marcy.
and my niece Riley as well.
Aw,
Happy birthday, Riley.
Riley.
And she doesn't know it, but one day she will. That I care about her.
Oh.
So yeah, like
to
if you
make
guys
things-
were to rate
The
the
Bear.
3 seasons, how would you rate the 3 seasons of The Bear? I'd probably actually rate them in the order that they aired. First,
Yeah.
second,
Yeah,
1, 2, 3.
you're right.
I would do 2, 1, 3 simply for that one scene with Carmi having the panic attack in season 2. So I would do 2, 1, 3.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I do 1, 2, 3, but a single best episode was the supper.
Yeah, the
Yes.
yeah.
And second was Tina for me.
So 2, 1,
The
3 for you.
napkins for
Okay. So you co-sign a manatee. Okay.
I go with the 7 Fishes, the hot dog episode where they drank all the kids at Oliver Platt's
Oh,
party.
yeah, that was
And then
brilliant.
probably like the teen episode and the baby episode. Like season 3 is disjointed and as goofy as it was. Like those 2 episodes just like really shined and like
Yeah,
really,
napkins.
Oh,
was
they were
fantastic.
so
It
good.
was so good.
Not the one
I was like sobbing through that whole thing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Let me see.
And I was like, just offer her the fucking job already.
Yeah.
And I was watching
Yeah,
that scene and he
seriously.
like, kept beating around the bush and talking. I was like, just
He was edging her.
Mhm.
Whoa, whoa! Y'all not gonna have outrage for her saying Edge?
okay, he wasn't edging her, he
Why?
was gooning her.
why is there outrage for Edge? What?
Because when I say
Because she wasn't specific, L.
Yeah.
No.
and you know what, our next episode is actually going to be specifically about edging manatees.
Oh my god.
Why did I
That's
miss a
very
conversation
niche.
about edging?
No, not at all.
It is now.
Look it up, man. It's a
Look it up.
actual
Look it
thing.
up.
So,
I know-
Goose kind of. Oh, you know what it is?
I know
Goose kinda-
what edging is. You don't have to explain that to me.
What? What?
He's talking about a rim job.
No, that's a whole
No,
other
he
thing.
is not. That's a whole
Yeah,
different
it's-
thing. Don't you gaslight us.
And that thing was created in Canada, so like Joe knows.
Everyone knows what a rim job is. I mean, you don't have to explain that to me.
JP, hop on if you've ever wanted to be with a manatee. You want to know what's so funny, JP? JP, I would have invited you. JP, are you in America? Did he come home?
Oh,
What's going on?
Are you in America?
I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah, he's home.
Oh,
well, he's on
is?
Instagram, posting as much on Instagram, El.
Well, I'm not. I try to disassociate. To be perfectly honest with you, since I got sick, I've kind of just been like, whatever's first open when I open my thing, that's what it is. And usually it's like a how did we get here post, and then also I'm in the group chat with y'all, so like I see what's in that, but other than that, I promise you I don't scroll because I honestly cannot take mentally.
Same. I get y'all and cat videos, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Cat videos are good.
Yeah, they are.
I get a ton of art and thirst traps, but like
thirst traps. Like,
what are your thirst traps look like?
Yeah, what's that about, Johnny?
Hello.
Thirst traps, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I don't know what you mean.
No, go on.
It's very subjective.
Mine's cycle. I haven't gotten some in a while.
Menstrual
For a while,
cycles?
For a while, I was getting just sex bot left, right, and center.
Yeah.
What?
I think it's the algorithm.
Happening.
Mm-hmm.
I get but I get a lot of art though, mostly because like I follow mostly comic people.
Look, pigs are just the manatees of the ground.
No, manatees are sea cows.
Surf and turf,
Sea
baby.
cows.
Surf and turf.
my
adorable.
algorithm is like honestly
they
like
are.
99% food, crafting shit, and then it's like, look at this meme about killing yourself.
There's always a cat riding a skateboard. Like,
Yeah.
I love that little guy.
Oh, and Frog and Toad.
I like them on the Roombas.
I
too.
get so much Frog and
yeah.
Toad content, and I'm like, do you think I'm like a depressed 60-year-old gay man? Like,
What's the knit frog that I keep getting all over my
That's the
feed
one I
now?
get.
Is that the frog and toad?
do you know?
I thought that
you
was
don't
what
know
she meant,
Frog and
too.
Toad?
No.
I thought that was what you meant too.
Frog and Toad are friends. They're roommates, like Bert and Ernie.
Oh, they're roommates.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get the ones you do, Cookie.
They're just friends.
They're Cullen mates. Edward Cullen, as in Twilight.
Edward Cullen.
So I think our next episode is probably going to be about Christopher Columbus
And manatees.
No, just Tim in general.
Okay.
Well, the next, I'll participate in the next true crime episode.
Yeah. So the next episode is
That's a good idea.
Joe,
I watched Under the Bridge, and that was.
Oh, I still got to see.
That's so wild because my husband is not into true crime, but he was just talking about Under the Bridge, and I was like, let me tell you everything I know about. And then he just looked at me like, no, and he walked out.
He said
no.
the two girls.
Yeah.
A group of girls in a halfway home with another girl that comes. It takes place
it's
in
what
DC,
you think it is, Leah.
on Victoria Island.
Yeah.
It's an Indian girl, and she befriends all these girls that stay in a halfway home. And anyway, a lot of it has to do with bullying and stuff. And she's found dead, and it's the whole how
There's
did
a lot
she
of
end up dead?
problematicness on all
And it's
sides.
a true story that took place in the 90s.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I honestly,
it's called Under the Bridge.
Yeah, on
Disney,
Hulu.
Yeah.
Hulu, yeah.
Okay.
Now I will
we
say
can watch
that
it together. I
I
haven't seen it
enjoyed
either.
the interpretation of it, but it was very hard for me to watch because every time I saw it, I said, "Look at her looking like Elvis." Look at her looking like, because Riley Keough plays.
She does look like Elvis.
The journalist, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so every time I saw her face, I said, "Look at Lisa Marie.
The genes are strong.
Her mom is Lisa Marie."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so every time I saw her make a certain face, I said, "Look at her looking like that bitch that married Elvis. What's her name?"
Oh,
Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Yeah. Look at Priscilla.
Bitch that married Elvis.
At 14 with all her
young bitch
power,
that
yeah.
married Elvis.
So,
The child bride.
you guys think that Sydney's gonna leave men, and if she does, do you think Marcus is gonna go with her? Because my prediction is she
Marcus
is,
is
and
not
Marcus
gonna
is
go.
going.
No, I don't
think Marcus is gonna
Marcus
go.
is loyal to
Carmi.
Carmi
Yeah.
because
He's a
Carmi took
space.
him to Copenhagen.
But he did the donut
Yeah.
Carmi.
And all of the flashbacks to Carmi being in the same places as everybody this season, I feel like really drove in that Carmi is like the centrifugal aspect of.
And they have a very wholesome relationship too. Marcus and Carmi. Like, he's not critical of him. He's more nurturing. Like, I have this book here. I have that.
And yes,
he's very nurturing.
He's a great mentor to Marcus.
He really is.
He just needs to get his shit together with everybody else.
But you guys think that Sydney is leaving? Because like that's my prediction.
I hope so.
I think she is too.
I hope she does. I think that's the only way for her character to grow, because her staying is her being stagnant, and I don't want her to be like Carmi.
And she's right now she's enabling, right? Because that's Carmi's safety. That's his like life preserver. He's using Sydney as a life preserver right now. So really, she's the last thing that's enabling Carmi, so he doesn't fix himself.
Yeah,
because she's always there to pull him out of the weeds, right? He never hit rock bottom because Sydney's there to pull him out. So I think she needs to leave so Carmi can hit rock bottom, figure his shit out, and move on with his life. And he can't do that
if he's going to.
Yeah.
How long do you think this show can go on, though, y'all?
Like 1 or 2.
One more.
I think one season max. I think one. Yeah.
I think one more max, to be honest.
Yes,
because like,
I wish they would walk away then.
Yeah. They don't move across enough time for it to warrant anything longer than another season.
But I can see a spin-off like for the sandwich counter.
I would love that.
What if it was just a live feed of people selling sandwiches?
I would watch it. I would watch that.
I would watch it too.
That would be my comfort watch at work.
I think the last season is going to be a lot of the sandwich shop, because I think that the restaurant's going to fail, and like it's going to be contingent on the sandwich shop, because that's what people are still lining up around the block for.
Like they said, it's the only thing that's making money right now.
Yeah.
And he's going to need that connection back to his family to like love to cook again, because he doesn't like it right now. He wants it to work because it's an ego thing, but he does not like what he's doing.
Stroder, the director, the writer for this season or whatever, he even said, he was like, if I wanted something technical, I would order something from Carm, but if I wanted something that tastes good, I would order from Will Poulter. Because Will Poulter loves what he does. And Carmen is trying to prove what he wants to do. And he's like, and you would be able to taste the difference.
And what do you think of all the cameos from actual
Will Poulter could get it.
World-renowned
East,
chefs
West,
on the show?
South, North.
That was so cool to see.
Wait, but is it just me or only after he spoke? I had no idea that voice was in him.
Will Poulter?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm used to seeing him, so I.
Well, I'm old. I missed it before.
I played that Jedi game with that motherfucker, so I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we
it can be just me then. I think so.
You know who I confuse him with is that Monahan guy from the.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Wait, which Monahan? Bobby? Which Monahan?
No, not Bobby. Don't ever speak on Bobby.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the only one I can think of.
Ian from Shameless.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The one from the Batman's Gotham.
Yeah, he plays his gay brother on Shameless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or the Joker, right? On.
Yeah. What would you like to see as a cameo on the next season? Who would you?
Cameron Monaghan.
Bill
I would like to see like modern popular chefs like that are like relevant, because I feel like that's like the vibe. Like Eric Ajapong.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Well, the supper was all chefs.
That was so cool.
There's only like 2 or 3 actors in all those scenes.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that I immediately recognized who the actors were. And I was like, you don't know food. Like the comedian, what's her name? I forget her name. But like as soon as I saw her, I said, girl, you're making me laugh. You're making me giggle.
Shut up, fool.
Shut up, bitch. You don't know.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can say that. I'm a woman.
But I think that's kind of where the show, like, you can't go very many more seasons because it's a victim of its own success.
Yeah.
Like now they had tons of cameos of actually world-renowned chefs. Like where Carmi's learning, those were all actual chefs that were shooting the scenes with him.
Yeah.
Olivia Colman, give all the fucking awards
She's
though,
so
because
good.
I fucking love her so much in everything she does.
She's the one who closes the restaurant.
Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her and Richie's relationship, even though it was like so short, like their time together, the impact they had on each other's
She
like
looked
lives
directly at
When
him
she
and
blew him a
Yeah,
kiss.
that was
so
so good.
good, so good.
I was like, oh my god.
And
I was
she's the perfect example of what a good mentor is, right?
Yes.
yeah,
Like throughout
positive
all this,
reinforcement. Yeah, all of it.
And I think that's kind of plays as a foil to Carmi and Joel McHale versus Richie and Olivia Colman.
Yeah.
Richie is not somebody who tries hard. Richie is not somebody who's gonna work extra hard to get things done. And so for his mentor to be like nurturing and like, hey, like this is the right way, and he actually learns from it. And then you have Carmi, who is prickly, dealing with and it's just like,
well, she tried to help him. Like that scene where like he was going off on Luca, and she's like, "Dude, chef, you need to go outside because you're pissing me off. Shut up."
But that's what I mean. Like they kind of played like that whole opposites cards against each other, especially with how hard they used to go on Richie.
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean, Richie's personality is the type, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna act like he's a fuck up, well, you know what? You think I'm a fuck up?
Yeah, let me show you a fuck up.
I'll show you how.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Watch me.
I think her what she does well is identify each individual their traits, and she changes the way she teaches each person individually based on their personalities, right? And that's why she's such a great mentor. Like McCall only has one way, right? He's like demean everyone, put them down. That's his way. No matter who you are, that's the way he's going to treat you. And look, someone who's more fragile, like Carmi, who can't handle it, it scars him for the rest of his life. Whereas other people just like, it's just a job. This guy's a prick. I'm going to work through it, and then I'm going to move on with my life. But, you know, so.
She's in this movie on Netflix called The Lost Daughter with Dakota Johnson.
Oh, really?
One of the best fucking movies I've ever seen. And she just, and you know, she's in The Favorite, obviously, and everything else she's been in.
I always think of her as Doris Thatcher from Hot Fuzz, man. Like that was the first time I really paid attention to her. Been a huge fan ever since. She is hilarious, man. When
she was in Broadchurch as well, right?
Yeah. And
the British version, the good
version.
Don't
get me started on Broadchurch.
The first season was great.
The chokehold Broadchurch. Listen. So anyways, guys, I don't we can do a whole show on British crime dramas.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I love that.
Obsessed. 5 days. There's so many fucking good listen.
There is.
And Australian too. The original Australian.
Oh yeah.
When America did the slap, it was funny. When Australia did the slap, you wanted to fucking riot and murder everybody involved.
Is it still called the slap? I need to see their version.
Yes, it's called the slap. AUS, yeah.
Oh, crikey, it's the slap.
Truth and Lies before Ryan Phillippe ruined it for America. The Australian version is fantastic.
Really?
That was originally an Australian show. Okay.
Yeah. I love me a good Australian or UK or even Irish. There's a lot of good Irish shows too. But yeah, so The Bear.
Canadian too. There's a couple.
Oh yeah, Canada. Shout out to you guys for Degrassi.
No, not
but also fuck you for Drake.
There's a really good Canadian crime drama called Cracked. It's about like this police unit that deals with mental health issues. Really sad show, but it's fucking great, man. Like really well acted because the main cop in it, like he's got a problem himself, and the actor is incredible. I really really highly recommend checking that out if you haven't. There's like 3 seasons of it. Yeah, kind of an older show, but like it really shined in my opinion.
You guys also had like a show about like a singer. Oh, also Higher Grounds is one of my all-time favorite shows. It's about an addiction treatment camp. And Hayden Christensen was like his original debut. And I actually bought it on YouTube because I'm so obsessed with it. And when I was a kid, I just knew that like I could save him. And this was before Star Wars.
Did I forward you that video with him and Rosario?
No.
Okay.
But also Life as a House in Glass. Like I was obsessed with Hayden Christensen when I was a kid. And so then when he got signed on to do Anakin, I was like are all my worlds colliding right now? Because my brothers were obsessed with Star Wars and I didn't care. But I honestly only saw.
I am Star Wars now.
Okay.
That was on my summer bucket list, y'all. I'm watching the original trilogy.
Really?
Yeah, and I just left off on the last one, Return of the
Jedi. Can we watch it with you?
Sure. Seriously, sure. I'm doing Return of the Jedi, so
Okay, but also I don't want to be that person, but 6 years ago I did a blog along with the Star Wars, what we know and what we see. But,
and back when Netflix used to mail DVDs out,
yeah.
I've
only been friends with her for 20 years and she doesn't know this about me, but go on.
I do remember when you did that. I do remember.
So you just redid it? Belcher?
I'm not writing anything.
Rebelcher?
Watching it.
Girl,
I'm
just
circling
kidding.
back.
But can you square back?
Triangle back.
I see a little siren in you, a little manatee. Little What sound does a manatee make, Joe? Can manatees walk, or do they just?
They just
float there.
Pinch.
I feel like they would walk that way.
Little heels, little kitten heels.
Height. Just hike along the sidewalk.
We'll have to do a manatee video like the Snake Kid.
Are manatees hairy?
What?
No.
No.
I don't think so. Not in my head.
Do they have vulvas, or are they?
All right, so the bear.
Joe, do you know?
Plan on finishing this season tonight. Between tonight
and I'm gonna be real with you. If you didn't, you're not missing anything, and that's what pissed me off about this season.
Yeah, you could go ahead and
It
watch
was
the
very
next season.
Wait. No, she hasn't watched the birth one. That's where she's at.
Oh, surprise! She gives birth.
It's a great episode.
It's so good though.
No, it is a good episode. But it honestly,
I will say I was excited to see Robert Townsend. I was excited to see him.
Okay,
yeah,
he's in the
I was
first
too.
two seasons.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, I was excited to see him.
I like him playing that role. Yeah.
Because, like, to me, all he is Meteor Man. So, like, it was.
Oh,
that's all. Not Parenthood.
I mean, Parenthood too, but like, he is. My first time ever meeting that man was Meteor Man.
I love him as Malby in Mighty Quinn, like him and Denzel Washington. They should do a sequel of that, man. I would watch the shit out of a sequel to Mighty Quinn.
Yeah, I would watch a sequel to Remember the Titans.
Wait,
forgot him. Y'all still remember?
Let's circle back to.
Let's circle back to the Titans. Remember?
Ignorant.
I never watched that one, man. I kind of left off football movies with the "I don't want your life" movie.
Oh, is that
first movie I ever saw my dad cry in? It was so weird.
Remember the Titans?
Yeah, I never saw my dad cry before my entire life, and so I remember being at theater, and I remember seeing him
in theaters.
Yeah, he was like this, and I heard him go, and I said, "What?"
He said he remembered.
And it was that hospital scene when he was like, "That's my brother," or whatever the hell he said.
That's my brother.
That's my brother.
That's my brother in ball.
And then he throws us a black fry. He throws it up. And I'm like, what?
Remember the Titans was like that throwaway movie that every high school teacher played for us when they couldn't think of a lesson plan?
Oh, yeah. Brian's song is what we watched, man. We had like with James Caan and
that's a rough watch.
Oh, or the one what's that Ben Carson movie? The heart. I'm just kidding. That's not what it's called.
Or we watched Rudy.
The heart surgeon movie. The one about the heart surgeon. Ben Carson.
Yeah,
that
wasn't that a documentary?
Have a heart.
It was Drumline for us. Like whenever our band
Drumline, ratchet ass bitch. What?
I was a band kid. Whenever he was gone.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
He would put. And I was like, are we supposed to be watching this? Like well, never mind.
One with Nick Cannon.
That's kind of weird that I went to the actual high school that was in Drumline, but they played it for y'all.
This was actually like middle school too. That's kind of wild.
That's cute.
Anyways,
the movie they played for us was actually Hidden Manatees.
Yeah.
Girl, all right. So I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
They were showing shorties at my high school.
My art teacher in the 10th grade showed us Saw. because she knew our parents were strict. So she let us watch it in class on a bootleg.
Ooh, seriously?
We also got to watch Frida in her class because there was titties.
No.
Yeah.
How'd she get away with that?
We didn't tell on her.
Oh, we'd always watch that version of Romeo and Juliet with Michael York, where like they had, and that it ended up like the girl in that was actually 16 years old. So like we actually watched.
And she sued them since.
Yeah, we actually watched the kitty porn version when I was in high school, like all the time.
You know the Lil' Kim version, Romeo and Juliet, hot sex on the butter just to get you wet. And it's gonna be the bomb. This is what I bet. You guys remember that?
Bars.
I was like in 5th grade, and I would be singing that like, yeah, I'm edgy. Is this what Romeo and Juliet is about? They're gonna fuck? Manatees?
Manatees.
Verily good.
Joe, I hate that you're so right, and I want to block you off this live right now.
What?
She's autistic. She's gonna keep talking about manatees.
Yeah.
No, you're an autist. You are an autist. You're an autist, man. That's the term.
She's level 3 spectrum. She's gonna keep talking about
it. Well, it gets worse as it goes. You get more.
I promise you, Joe. I'm never gonna say manatee again after this. One time for the retweet. One time for the retweet. I might post a manatee picture, but I'm never gonna talk.
Bring back the Grim Cuddy then.
Grim Cuddy, we could.
Yeah.
If we're getting to the spooky season, we might do creepypasta.
Am I the only one left that hasn't seen that yet?
I'm scared.
Don't
you should not be scared of the Grim Cuddy.
Leah, please
like the only
imagine you've ever been in the bathtub at night and the light goes out. And when the light comes back on, you're like, why am I tingling down there? Huh? And then the light comes back on and it's the Grim Cuddy.
It's a fucking manatee.
It's a Grim Cuddy.
Hey, she didn't go to manatee. Good job.
Grim Cuddies are water creatures.
Guys, it's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure, always a pain.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pain in my ass.
Like, what do you guys think that they're going to do with Richie's character? One last question about the show, though.
No, you're valid.
Do you think that he is going to stay calm, or do you think the wedding is they're going to write his character like kind of hitting bottom again?
He's going to do something to fuck it up, I feel.
So. Do you think so? I don't think so.
Yeah. I think so just because it's like, I don't think the Bearzados want to be happy.
Well, they're building it up like he's going to do something, so I think that he might not.
I think he won't.
Really? I feel.
I think it would be a real like.
He's been too calm
for him not to.
He wants his daughter to be okay though, because like
I think that's the bottom line.
Like, should I just pull back? Like, I don't want to make things weird. Like, especially when what's his name, Kevin? I don't know, whatever. Kevin's gonna be his name.
Yeah, I really hope, like JP says, I really hope he hooks up with the other server from the restaurant, man.
Me too.
Together.
Yeah.
Oh, she's actually from the Modern Day Parenthood TV show.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic. If you ever watched it, shout out to Michael B. Jordan, who proved that he will only fuck white girls.
Oh my God, no.
I think Richie's moved on in his life, and it's all about his daughter now. So I don't.
While I agree with you, I just feel like there's something about that family where they can't just operate
put it this way.
Isn't that victim blaming a little bit?
If at the wedding Josh Hartnett gives him that on the shoulder buddy type thing, maybe something will happen. But aside from that, I can't see him just self-imploding. Like, unless Josh Hartnett is pushing his buttons, I don't see it happen.
But what if he dances with his daughter to Taylor Swift?
That's a wedding stuff, though. I don't getting mad about that. That's wedding stuff. You know what I mean? That's something.
But Taylor Swift is his thing with her, so I'm just like, what if that's?
That would out.
Well, that's a thing for her, the daughter. Period, though. I think that everybody would need to connect with her, kind of on that level at this age, because.
But that's my daughter.
As a Swiftie, I think that that's a mutual ground that they could actually find together, maybe with.
But we're talking about reasonable people.
Yeah, well, I think that I hella thought at the scene at the party or at the restaurant when he is asking her how she stays so calm. I literally thought he was going to ask her to go to the wedding with him.
Yeah,
to tell you the truth,
I want him to be well. I want him to be.
You know what?
The antithesis to the Bears.
I think Richie's going to find out deep down that he was really gay and he's gonna fuck Josh Hartnett in the bathroom at the wedding.
And then Josh Hartnett's gonna be like, "Oh no, I forgot to enema," and shit himself.
Josh Hartnett would be down. Did you guys ever see a Penny Dreadful?
Full circle.
Yes.
Because in Penny Dreadful, him and they built up this whole tension. They kind of had him and Dorian Gray playing off each other, like you thought they were all both trying to get with Ava Green. But at the end of the episode, they both blew her off and like ended up banging each other. And it was such a great twist. And like I don't know, they could do that with Richie, and like I think Hartnett would be down. Like he's done it before.
I saw this post that was like a memory in time from like 8-9 years ago. And it was me doing like a full on like breakdown of the picture of Dorian Gray. And I was like, I used to be smart.
I love that movie. Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about the book.
I'm sorry. I read the book too.
I'm talking about the book.
I read the book too.
Intelligent. I used to read.
well, with certain literature, I can be. I love some Oscar Wilde. I have like.
But yeah, Picture of Dorian Gray is one of my all-time favorite books of all time. Yeah.
I have like one of those, like like the kiddie versions of it.
Yeah, One Fish, Two Fish.
Hold on.
They have a kiddie version of Dorian
Not
Gray.
One Fish, Two Fish.
It's a very sexual story.
Yes, it is.
For kids, I cannot tell you the hold on, because I remember having it.
Well, I'll tell you, The Cat in the Hat knows a lot about
this
that.
Is it right here. Great Illustrated Classics. Y'all don't remember these books right here?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm about to.
Look at you looking like a hacker, looking at all the screens.
I am a hacker.
Oh, Slacker hasn't seen The Bear yet. It comes highly recommended from everybody on the panel. Straight up.
This.
What? Where?
Oh, I know what you're talking. I used to have those when I was a kid.
Like
Oh yeah.
But they were like for kids, Yeah.
Well, so I actually had to read The Picture of Dorian Gray for the first time when I was like in high school, but I read it for fun when I was in middle school.
So it's basically kind of like the Hardy Boys books. It's a book mainly, but there's just certain pictures in certain places of it, kind of.
Yeah, Great Illustrated Classics was like a line of books that were a little bit censored.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it says by Oscar Wilde, but they cut out like all the raunchy parts. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because like
so
I
would
remember
have like Frankenstein and yeah.
I read like Secret Garden that way.
Really
I
read this post by somebody recently who was like, I read this book for the first time, and this is my thoughts on it. I give it a 1 out of 5, and it was Frankenstein, and I was like, okay,
really?
I don't want to be a bitch, like truly, because this is a book talker, but also the fact that you give Colleen Hoover books a 5-star, but Frankenstein a 1.
There wasn't nearly enough smut in Frankenstein.
Girl, touch grass.
Yeah.
They could watch the
Hardy Boy. JP, I used to love Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, like no, he was incredible to watch. Like I saw him at a couple house shows, him and his brother, like when they were together, and like they were probably my favorite. Them versus the Hardy Boys.
He
like,
could swanton bomb me into some. Listen, the bear. Yes, chef. Yes, wrestler.
Yes, chef.
Jeff wrestler.
Hey, I could see Carmen becoming a wrestler as ripped as he kind of has gotten.
And I was kind of like obsessed with Lita because I was like, you get to be that close to them. But I didn't like Matt. I thought Matt looked like he stank, but Jeff Hardy. But now it's funny because Jeff Hardy looks like he stinks and Matt Hardy looks like he smells good.
Yeah.
I love wrestling.
I used to, man. Like I kind of got out of it like after the third draft, after like WWF bought everything, and then like I just never kind of got back into it. But I do have a huge affinity.
Text? We could do a whole show on that.
No, I know what Vince did and like fuck him.
No, not what he did. Let's just read his texts. We could take turns reading them line by line.
In his voice, we gotta do our best, Vince McMahon.
No chance.
That's what you got. No chance in hell.
I recently heard somebody describe like the DX like suck it sign is like, yeah, I would totally do the sign where you like cross your hands against your crotch. And somebody was like, the X-Pac like sucking thing. And they're like, who's that? And I was like, fuck off, you don't know culture. But also you don't know. Look at Joe, he's looking at the door. You hear the flopping, you hear the water running.
No, cats.
Manatee trying to get out the tub.
The strangers are outside. They're like
the strangers. Can we talk?
Like...
No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about the strangers.
Okay.
Just don't answer the door, dumbasses.
There's a bang at the door. Like, yeah, no, like they're gonna sneak up, pose behind you, and then sneak away. Like the dumbest killers in the world. And the last 2 movies kind of prove that because they just keep getting their asses kicked.
Because you're here.
Huh?
Because you answered the door.
We lost Cookie. I mean, I didn't mean it, Cookie.
Cook, you see, Joe? One too many Manatee jokes.
No, it was my fault. I made fun of the.
I hope her puppy's okay.
The strangers.
Yeah.
She has a puppy.
Fireworks.
Yeah.
I thought she has a cat.
She has dogs too.
She has a dog and 3 cats.
Oh. Oh yeah, she says fireworks. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good.
Again tonight.
Yo, dude, like
all weekend. It's going out my window.
After the 4th of July, they start selling them for super cheap. If you have,
and it happened to be
they were in the Walmart
Thursday,
parking
Friday.
lot.
Yeah,
that's one thing I can say about the last 2 dogs that I had, like Bo and Duke. Fireworks didn't affect them at all.
You named your kid, your dogs after the Hazard.
Yeah, that's so
that was
cute.
my favorite show as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Just a good old boys.
And they were brothers, right? They're from
Never
the same
been
litter.
in
They look
no
the same,
harm.
so they're Bo and Duke.
Aww.
Oh, they ever all been in trouble
Been in
with
trouble
them all.
with them.
And they just sleep. Fireworks would go off, they'd just sleep. Thunderstorm.
that used to be my dog, but like these last few weeks, I've noticed him being like so
let's be real about Bronx. That motherfucker does not know how to shut the fuck up. Period.
First of all, don't talk about my son.
And I can say that because truly, as soon as you answer the phone,
lies. It's not. That's not
I'm like, Leah, go ahead and pass him that dog you want.
I did yesterday. He was vibing yesterday.
What is doggy wanna?
They got doggy weed?
Yeah.
They got doggy
it's basically
weed.
catnip. It's catnip for dogs.
I didn't know they had that.
It reduces anxiety.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you have a dog that has separation anxiety, you give that to them before you leave, and it calms them down, so they don't wreck your house, chew your couch.
Eat your Chipotle out the trash bags.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll do it.
Brody was the worst. He used to. I had to put child safety on all my cupboards because he would open the cupboards, pull the garbage out, bring it on the bed, open the garbage on the bed.
Oh man.
He'd follow me around the apartment before I left, and everything I touched before I left for work, he'd grab, bring onto the bed, and chew it all. He was an asshole.
And they just eat it, or how do you give it to him?
Yeah, what do they do?
So you can put it in like his treats, but I just put it in some cheese and I give it to him.
How much did you try of it yourself before you gave it to him?
Not gonna lie, I thought about it, but I didn't.
Joe, cover your ears. What's the manatee dosing?
Get out.
Okay.
Stop.
Get out.
The manatees were like, I'm feeling so loose and wet.
You're making the narwhals jealous, Elle.
I think I'm ready to get explored.
Oh my god.
All right, y'all.
You know what?
On that note,
I think Elle is the author of those stupid Swamp Thing books.
You think I am?
Or the Swamp or the Shrek.
I keep seeing that dumb bitch on live acting like she's like an actual person that is on the cover of her book. And it makes me so mad because I want to be like, I know you're not her. I want to expose you.
We should do that. We should end up like
no, because that's mean. But because I know that like it's probably for like protection and stuff. Because if people knew that she really knew the real Shrek, it'd be a rat. It'd be a witch hunt.
What?
It'd be a witch hunt.
What just happened?
You guys, have you seen that show on HBO, 6 Schizophrenic Brothers?
No. I still haven't seen it yet.
I was the 7th. I'm just kidding.
Oh, stop.
So anyways.
Oh, yes, I have seen that one.
Thank you guys for
I just canceled my HBO, so.
Yeah. I pay for the one with commercials because I refuse to pay full price.
Yeah, same here. Everything I have is all commercials.
I'm a cheap bitch. The only thing I pay full for is Netflix because it feels dirty to have commercials on Netflix. But
No,
HBO
no.
Max, Hulu, I have commercials.
$6.99 Netflix, please, every time.
But
I
that's
like
it. I really tried for Netflix. I really tried to get acclimated to the no commercials. But it just made me feel a kind of way because I was like, well, I've never had commercials on Netflix. That's just a mental block for me. But everything else, I absolutely have commercials on.
She's got some. Okay. I thought you got like a late night booty call. I hearing your phone explode there. I was like, oh, Leah got a booty call. She had to get right out of here.
No,
like no time to lose.
She had a siren call.
No,
that manatee said, "What?" Love, touch my flubber.
Stop being weird,
mommy. Daddy.
It's those tusks.
What's wrong with
Come touch my tusks.
Anyway, I'm really glad that I started watching The Bear. Elle has been telling me forever to start watching it, and I take forever to watch stuff. But I'm glad that I've started this journey. I don't know. It's like weirdly, I don't want to say comforting. I don't want to use that word because that could be seen as
maybe familiar.
But I did notice that she does latch on to the opposite of what I latch on to in the series, which I think is hilarious of our dynamic. Because the thing
is it not?
But I think season 2 you can say that. Season 2 is comforting in the way Tina comes full circle. Richie at the end takes command when everything's falling apart. He's locked in the fridge. Richie's like, "We got this," and
they did it.
Yeah,
and they did it without him. And I think that was beautiful. I love how Sydney and Tina have come together because I thought that was going to be a horrible dynamic.
That's a beautiful story. Like,
I love how like now Tina sees like I can learn from this kid, and I think it's cool to see like her episode.
Yeah, especially with the napkins episode.
Yeah, she was jealous of Sydney and she wanted to be Sydney, but I think it's cool how like
even more so just overprotective of what she thought should happen because of John
gave her a chance, right? Like not
like this is not how he would have ran things. Yeah,
and I didn't think about that either. But I love how like she's finally like, yo, like you're helping me become a better cook. Like you're helping me become like better with my skills.
But also, I've never seen a menu item that I would buy.
I would never go to the.
I would get a sandwich though.
No, yeah. I'd never eat at one of those restaurants though, man. That food's never.
I'm hungry.
No.
Why are you giving me a piece of fish that's this big? I'm hungry.
Yeah, you have to go somewhere else for dinner on the way home.
Yeah, that thing was funny when they showed like what Sydney fell in love with Carmi's cooking is like the world's smallest pork chop or something, man. Like what the hell even was that? A burnt Dorito? Like, come on, girl. Like, what you eat?
Man, I hate it so much.
And talking about Tina, the scene where she's crying, and all three guys are sitting there speaking so loudly.
Yeah.
Guys, she crying?
Yeah.
We're like, get her the fuck out of here, man. We can't have her crying in the restaurant.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, what the fuck, guys?
That was the most relatable scene I've ever seen because I don't know how many times where I'm just like, it's too much going on. I'm going to cry in the corner. Why would you come over here where I'm crying to address that I'm crying? Such manatee behavior.
But Tina's the bomb. She's my favorite.
I love Tina.
I love Tina.
Yeah, I like her too.
She's like soul. She's like the soul.
I like the baseball player guy too. He doesn't get very much screen time.
Oh
but
yes,
when he
he's
does
fantastic.
He's very zen wisdom. Like he's really helped Richie a lot. And like I kind of
baseball player.
Yeah, the black guy. You could say it. The other black guy.
The
tall skinny guy.
The sommelier.
Yeah, he's very.
The guy who does the wine.
Yeah. That's
a sommelier.
Yeah.
A restaurant.
There you go, El.
A rigatoni. He does the red wine.
Lasagna.
What did you say? Mario doesn't have a last name. It's Mario. She told me that the other day, and I wanted to.
Mario, because of the Mario brothers.
Mario.
Luigi's name is Luigi Mario.
Luigi's name,
and then Mario.
Okay, but let me ask you guys a question. Real talk. Joe, be for real. Be so serious. Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, or
Bowser?
Wario.
Oh.
Pick one.
This was on a thing where you don't trust people who pick Mario.
I always played as Princess because she could jump like
No, I'm talking
continually.
about fucking.
Straight up.
Listen, I have so much Waluigi merch because my family knows that I am sickly obsessed with that tall motherfucker. And then he's just like, Waluigi. And I'm just like, yes, Luigi.
He's the evil Luigi?
Yes.
And the purple overalls.
Yeah.
I have to look him up.
He's so buff. He's so tall and strong. But I also was like, somebody was like, Ed or Eddie. And I said,
You got the weirdest obsessions.
Oh no! Please look at this.
I said Double D. Look at him.
Oh
look
my
at them
God.
legs.
Oh, look at that. He's saucy in that picture, too. Look
Mhm.
at him. He's
Right.
poking that butt up, man. Damn.
And then he twirls his
Yeah, he's
mustache and he's like,
like-
Waluigi.
He's ready for some pegging.
Oh,
Listen, sometimes that's all it takes.
oh, oh my!
I don't see nothing wrong with a little
Little
pegging.
The toad behind him going like,
Pegging
oh, let's go.
Woohoo!
guys, always a pleasure.
Yeah. On that note.
Waluigi. So you're saying Waluigi? Purple like Prince.
What were the options again?
It's
Waluigi. Waluigi.
big black,
Waluigi or Waluigi.
big black Bowser.
You said big black Bowser? You're weird.
Anyways,
Anyways,
guys, thank you so much for having me.
thank
on
you
here
so
today.
much for doing the show today, guys. I think our next episode is going to be true crime just to keep it PG. It will be more serious. No manatees, I promise. Unless one of you guys choose to do Christopher Columbus as your true crime.
Let me ask you this: are we to bring our own crimes like we did the last time, like our own cases?
Yes, pick
Yeah,
your
that-
own case. I will say though,
Under
no
the Bridge is
kids.
mine. I've already stated mine.
No, so I'm okay with you doing Under the Bridge because it's solved. But other than that, no kids, no rape.
No kids,
Yeah.
no rape.
No kids, no
Yeah,
rape.
there's
Fair.
enough pedophile shit in the media.
Yeah.
You can watch the Olympics to see that shit if you want.
Or hang out on YouTube and check
was
out
wrong.
Dr. Disrespect, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Disrespect.
Bad loser.
Or Doctor or Nurse Respect, if you will. Stupid ass.
She's bringing it back.
Always. You always gotta do that contract. That flip the joke.
Yeah.
That's Elle's calling card. is
I gotta
flip the joke.
practice. I gotta practice my language skills. Gotta make sure I'm still sharp.
You gotta.
Make sure I don't have dementia yet.
You gotta do that flip. You gotta flip it.
I do crossword puzzles to make sure that I don't suffer from
We monitor
It's
so
true
that
though.
you don't
For
work.
dementia,
early
crossword,
onset dementia.
Sudoku,
Yeah.
it helps-
Yeah,
we
I
have
do
to hurry
Sudoku. I do
It doesn't cure
Sudoku.
it, but it helps delay it.
Delay it, yeah. And I feel
Learn-
like it's a pressing on.
Learn a
It's
language.
coming. It's a coming on.
Wait, I'm listening to Joe.
Learn
Okay,
a language.
sorry.
Learn to play an instrument.
Mhm.
Anything that
I
teaches
thought
your
it's skin
brain
flute, yeah.
to learn
Stop
something new.
now.
Yeah. So.
What about crafting? Crafting.
If you're already
Stop,
familiar with it,
don't
then no,
say it.
you have to
Yeah,
learn
it doesn't
something new.
work because it's repetitive, yeah.
I gotta learn something new.
Yeah, it's something new because now you're so familiar with it, your brain can go on autopilot, which is
Mhm.
the thing that causes dementia. Is your brain just doesn't get a workout.
Gosh.
To like play video games. Again, I said I'm a Baldur's Gate. I am Balding Gates currently.
And her character's a manatee.
Yeah, actually, I'm a level.
Nani! We were
Her avatar
Did you
next
just say
week
Nani?
is gonna be like, you know,
Yeah, I'm a halfling.
She watches a lot of anime. She's
half
like,
bad
Nani?
bitch.
Nani? Oh.
And you could pick and choose what top or bottom is bad bitch.
Y'all are wild.
Mm.
Wild people.
People, thank you for considering my manatee character a person.
Well,
Wah wah wah. Is that what the sound is?
y'all.
Wah wah wah. All right.
True crime episode.
True crime. Yeah, we'll do that next. It'll probably be in like a couple weeks, just to give everybody time to get their slideshows and just
Give
whatnot
us
together.
time to
Should
figure out our crime.
Should we
And
like
it doesn't have to be
tell
local,
each
just
other?
whatever. Just don't. No, I really don't. If people pick the same crime, would be hilarious. So please
That would be
nobody tell each other what, because that would be unhinged, and I would look at you funny, because I would be like, so the both of you guys are eating people?
I really liked Leah's pick last time, man. About
it was
that was interesting.
I still wonder about that.
The white guy would hold his gun, like that was. And tried to act
What's
like...
crazy is how fast you're flicking your ear right now. That it's not even tracking on my screen. It's blurring it out.
My head, you weirdo.
Flicking the bean. Okay.
Not flicking the bean. No, you
didn't. I'll see y'all this next episode.
Put your glasses back on and say, "Not in my office." Roz, from Monsters Inc. Thank you for the frown. I'm gonna remember to hit end stream and not leave stream.